Projects Open Transparency Palm Trees. Here we have a bunch of palm trees. They don't look very exciting because they don't have any images on them. So let's do some imaging. Now these leaves are children models, so we need to pick one of these models and we can say open here. Let's now use pick child again to pick one of the leaves and say open here. Okay, now we have the leaf and we can change its image. Pick layer and let's add an image. Okay, I'm going to pick leaf and I need to change the width to run along this axis. That's the green axis. So the width will go Y and the other direction is X. How does that look? I think we need to go the other way. So let's try the width as -Y. Okay. How does that look? That looks correct. Okay, save. Okay, and we can go back up here and go back to our model called Palm 2 or trees. So this is starting to look a bit better. What we want to do is we don't want to see all these black bits. So layer again and set our transparency invisible color to black, which is already set. And that looks a lot better. While we're here, let's change this to have an image. That's fine. Save. Okay. Let's go to the trunk and slap an image on that guy. Add trunk. Press escape. And that looks a bit ordinary. What we need to do is say the height is along the Z axis. That looks better. And let's change the color to a green as the base color. Actually, that's a bit dark. Let's make it a light green. Maybe even lighter. Okay, that'll do. Save that one. Okay. Now back to our trees. And this looks a lot more like palm trees than what we started with. And if we zoom in very close to these, we can around the corners. Now in general that doesn't really matter. Don't get too close to these, say in a video game or other walking past. But what we'll do is we'll demonstrate on these leaves. Yes. So what we'll do is we will say pick layer and we will remove this image. Yes, I'm sure. Then I'm going to add a different image which does not look like a leaf at all. And that's this one here. Now we want want to change that texture mapping, and we want to make the width along the y-axis and the height along the x-axis, same as the last one. So we have the deep green along the center. Okay. Now, if we save that, okay, go back to our trees model, it doesn't look too flash anymore, but we're going to do something else to it. So back to the leaf, yes, and pick the layer. It takes a second to come up because it's got quite a large image on it. Now I can click on here and say my transparency is an alpha image, and we have an image here which represents the edges of the leaf. Okay. Rotate, press escape. Now you'll notice that this is the wrong way as well. What we need to do is go back. It's along the y-axis. We need to change the width to -y as per the last one. Okay. Now we have the leaf looking what we expect. Now the difference in the leaf here is that these edges are blurred because go from white to blackness in between. So it's a slightly different way to represent the leaf. And go back to our trees, we'll see that it comes out with a similar result.